Hey, this is What You're Waiting For, a woman's perspective on everyday prepping. And I'm going to try to go through this fast today because I have a lot to tell you. The first thing is we went and I counted up this month's change. Remember, we were saving our change. We were saving it for a pressure canner and an Excalibur. I had to use a little bit of money because I was really wanting a food processor, and they had them for $24. And so I went ahead and bought a food processor. So it was about $26, $27 with tax. And the total change for the month was $62. $62. So I still have some left over that I'm putting towards my pressure canner and my Excalibur, but I had to get my a little Black & Decker. Very, very simple, no thrills, no frills, no thrills, food processor. And one of the reasons why I bought it is to make laundry soap. I know everybody has probably, or most of you have probably seen the laundry soap videos that I made with the Zote soap. Well, about 6 months ago, we had the kids, the grandkids, and I was sort of worried about making 5 gallons of hot soap sitting around my kitchen for the kids to play in, knock over, or get, hurt by. So I thought, I'm going to go ahead and try the dry soap. And there was a couple other reasons too. The other reason was I wanted to see if I could do a way to preserve more, to be able to do several batches at one time. I also wanted to check out, because if we do, say, bug out or have to go to another location, I want to take my laundry soap. But taking 5 gallons of laundry soap is heavy, and it takes up a lot of space. Also, an example for my daughter went to visit her aunt and for about a week, and she cannot use regular laundry soap because she's allergic. So we just packed up a little baggie full of the dry soap, and it was easy to carry. If you take any type of liquid soap, you're just begging to have a leak if you're bugging out or if you're moving to another location. So this way I can pack it up. It takes up very little space compared to the liquid. And so we decided to make the dry. The first thing, especially with the food processor, if you grate it, all we have is the larger grate. We don't have another little disc. This is the only disc we have because I got the cheap one. But we grate it so it turns into a long, like you're grating cheese. We then added it to your food processor, put in the other blade, zapped it up until it was sort of powdery. Then we added 1 cup of borax, 1 cup of washing soda. We were set, and it turned out perfect. It all mixed together, all in here, so you didn't have to worry about any mixing. And it came up to, maybe about here, so it was the perfect level to make 1 batch at a time in a food processor. This is an 8-cup food processor. So we were really good on that. I add, my daughter, of course, is, allergic. And so we found this OxiClean free, and it was actually cheaper than the real OxiClean. And I also added a cupful of that in, and it helps, when we give it a little boost to it when we do our laundry. We had some problems along the way, though. The first problem was, when I grated using that, it did not grate everything. There was like a little slice of soap left. I didn't worry about it. I just added it straight in here, and there was no problem. So if you do have like a little slice left after grating it, there's like a little slice that sticks on the top. You can just take it and put it straight into the food processor. Another problem that I had, I went to where we normally keep, I'll give you something pretty to look at. And this is the finished product, by the way. And I put it, this is a gallon canister. It already had a little bit in there, maybe about this much. Yeah, probably right around in there. That was already previous, so it only took up about this much space. And so I could definitely put a lot more in there. And this is a whole batch. This would be equal to 5 gallons of that soap. Or actually, when you dilute it down, it would be equal to 10 gallons of soap. So it's basically 10 gallons of soap, more than 10 gallons now, because about this much is the other soap. But 10 gallons of soap is right here. And you can easily take it and shake it up and stir it up, no problem. This is what I use to measure it out. Throwaway spoon. A heaping spoon is what we use, about a tablespoon. And we stick that straight in there, and that's what we use. But anyway, getting back to our problem. I grabbed, instead of grabbing the washing soda, I grabbed baking soda. I was like, oh, shoot. And so I went and measured it out and didn't realize till after I measured it out. And I said, you know what? That's okay. I can easily use it for my scouring powder. So I measured out 1 cup of borax and 1 cup of baking soda. And I put it in here. And this is the one that I usually use. It's in a little canning jar. But this is great for using as a scouring powder. So it was an oops, but then I thought, oh yeah, I can use this for scouring powder, so I don't have to worry about it. So this is just 1 cup of borax and 1 cup of baking soda. Then we go and I find the real washing soda and realize that my washing soda is brick hard. It is literally brick hard. It was down in the garage and somehow moisture got to it. It wasn't wet, but moisture, I guess, had just, got to it. And it was brick hard. So I took it outside, put it in a zippy bag, pounded the heck out of it with a mallet, and then I came and stuck it in my food processor and zipped it up, and it was beautiful. It turned into powder again. So if your washing soda, your baking soda, your borax, any of those things, or even your soap, ever, get moisture in them and get real hard, just pound them and then put them in a food processor and you're ready to go. So that was my 2 problems that we had, but they weren't really that much of a problem. We figured everything out. And there's the soap. Again, it would be really great because you could take this with you. You could put it in your bug out bag, not worry about spillage. I have not thought about vacuum sealing, but I'm pretty sure you could do that. But I am planning on making several batches, maybe a year's worth of batches, and storing it, so that way I don't have to make it as much. So if you're worried about maybe it dissolving, I have not had any problems with it dissolving. If you are worried, you could easily, go back to the liquid soap. But you could probably make up a batch of this with a cup and a bar. And if you decide you don't like it, just put it in your stovetop, add your water, and turn it into your laundry soap because it's the exact same recipe. So what you waiting for? Talk to you later. Bye.